Hello, second grade. Sorry I could not be there with you today, but I do want us to go ahead and continue working on your lava lamps since Fine Arts Fair is going to be here before we know it. So last time when I saw you, we painted our watercolor paper. We did our warm and cool colors, and we talked about drawing blob shapes, those organic shapes. If you did not finish your painting, we do not have time to have you continue painting on, because if we do, your paper is wet and will not be able to move on to the next step. So if you have a part of your paper that is not painted, after we cut it into the lava lamp shape, you are welcome to go back with crayons and finish coloring in those sections of your lava lamp that did not get painted, okay? But first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this into a lava lamp shape, and we're going to add on the top and the bottom of our lava lamp, so it will have that lava lamp look. And then we are also going to create a lined background, for us to glue on your lava lamps. Okay, so we're gonna be working on a lot of that today. All right, first thing that you're going to need for your lava lamps is your piece of paper, a pencil, and then one of the rulers from the top of the supply cabinet in the middle of the room. Okay, if the substitute wants to pause the video while those get passed out, they may do that now. Okay, hopefully everybody has their papers, ruler, and a pencil, okay? To turn this into a lava lamp shape, we're gonna be working on the back. This is one that I did with Mrs. Drave's class, okay? So at the top here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our hand as a measuring tool, and we're gonna place our hand here in the center so that I have the 4 finger widths across. I don't need the thumb, okay? And when I do that, I'm looking at the space on each side of my hand, and I want them to be pretty close to the same. If they're not, it's okay, but we want them to be close. This would not be close, neither would this. We want it to be kind of in the middle, so your spaces on each side are about the same. You can use your hand here to kind of measure as well. When you have that, we're going to put a mark on your paper at each side of your hand. So now the top of your paper looks like that, okay? We're gonna use these, this is gonna be the top of our lava lamp, and we need to turn it into that shape for our lava lamp. So I'm gonna turn my paper sideways so you guys can hopefully see everything. There's my dots up there. I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna create a diagonal line. This diagonal line is going to connect from one of the marks I've made on my paper all the way down here to the corner of my paper. So I've got a nice diagonal line, and this space over here makes a triangle. Okay, once I have that, make sure you've got a nice good hold with your hand, and you're gonna put your pencil along the edge of your ruler, and you're going to draw a diagonal line that goes down to, from that mark we made, all the way over to the corner, okay? We're gonna do the same thing here on the other side as well, okay? So I'm gonna line it up with the mark on my paper, and then the corner down here. I know that sometimes these rulers are a little bit short, so I'm just going to get close enough to it. Okay, nice firm hold. Make your diagonal line that goes down, okay? Now you're gonna see that we have a lava lamp shape now, okay? We're gonna take our scissors and we are going to cut on those lines. Okay, this is another great way, like I said, that if you did not finish painting your lava lamp, it may end up being that the part that you didn't finish painting is on one of these triangle pieces that we are not actually going to use for your lava lamp. So it may work out to your benefit. Okay, So there's my lava lamp shape, and then there are my 2 triangles. Your 2 triangles, you are welcome to throw them away, or you may keep them and take them home. I recommend if you're keeping them, put your initials on the back in case they end up on the floor or something like that. We can find them and send them home, okay? The next part that we're going to work on is the top and the bottom of your lava lamp, okay? For that, I have pieces of paper that look like this. They're half sheets that you're going to pick one piece of paper in one color for your base and your top. They're both going to match. I have green, yellow, red, magenta, purple, and blue. So your sub's going to pause the video and you can choose your color now. Okay, so you've chosen your color. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our piece of paper here and we are going to fold it in half. So it's turned short and wide, and I'm going to bring the left side of my paper over to the right side, just like so, almost creating like a book or a greeting card look to it, okay? So it opens like that. You're going to find the side that is open. This is where we're going to cut out those pieces. We're going to use one of them for the top of our lava lamp, okay? So we need to have our open edge here, okay? What I'm going to do is this. To make sure that I don't cut the space out from my lava lamp too small, I'm going to take the top of my lava lamp. Remember, here's my open edge, and I'm going to line it up here so that my lava lamp top is sitting about in the middle of my folded piece of paper. This space over here matches pretty close to that space, okay? All I'm going to do is make a dot each spot so that I know how wide to make the top of my lava lamp, okay? So once I have that figured out, you can see, oops, you can see my dots there, okay? Once I have that figured out, I'm going to take those 2 dots and I am simply going to draw in to create a triangle. Sometimes you kind of have to make them to where they match. Okay, so I've got my triangle drawn there. While my paper is still folded, okay, I'm going to cut on my triangle here. My pencil lines are not matching up. That's okay. They're not entirely straight. That's all right. If you make a mistake like I did, you can always go back and erase. No big deal. And if it's not erasing, we can make that side face down on your paper so no one will see it. Okay? So we have 2 triangles here, and then we have our piece of paper that now has a triangle cut out. When you open it up, you now have the base of your lava lamp. Okay? So then we're going to take one of our triangles here, okay, and it should fit just like that, okay. Sometimes you need to double check and make sure. If it's not fitting, you need to rotate your triangle around to make sure it maybe accidentally didn't get turned on you. I think this side fits a little bit better, so I'm going to use that. The last thing I'm going to do here, most of the time lava lamps are not pointed at the top, they're flat. So to help me remember which direction my triangle is going to go, I'm just going to snip off the very top, okay? All right, this small triangle I snipped off, and the other one here we're not going to need, so we're going to put them off to the side. Don't get rid of that second triangle just yet. In case you make a mistake, you can always pull it back out, okay? Now we are ready to glue, so we're going to have the video pause for a second so your teacher can get glue passed out to you. All right, we have our glue passed out now. We are going to use our glue quite a bit today. Okay, so we're going to take our glue. You guys have the glue bottles with a brush. Mine's just a regular glue bottle. What I want you to do is we are not putting glue on our colored paper over here. We're putting it on our painted paper, okay? Take your glue, and at the bottom, you're going to put a little stripe of glue. You guys are going to use the brush to do that. I like to smear mine out so it's thin like yours is going to be, because the thinner glue will dry faster. Okay, I'm going to take the base of my lava lamp. Doesn't matter if it goes this way or this way, both are fine. And I'm just going to set that on my piece of paper, just like so. Press that down so it sticks on there, just like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing up here. I'm gonna do a little stripe of glue. And then I like to smear mine so it's thin like yours. And then I take this and I place it down there. Now, if you do this and part of your lava lamp sticks out past here, you can just take your scissors, like mine, he sticks out just a little bit past. Just take your scissors and cut it off. Okay, just like that. All right, there is my lava lamp. Let that stick for a minute. Okay, now that I've got that on there, I'm gonna throw away my other scraps because I'm not going to need those anymore. Okay, then we're gonna start working on the background paper. I'm gonna set this off to the side. Okay, your background paper, you're going to get a large sheet of black paper. You need to write your name and class code on it. Okay. And then you're going to get a stack of these white strips of paper. I have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could do 7, you could do 9. You don't want to do probably more than 10, because then it's going to be too busy on your background, and you definitely don't want to do 5 or less, because then you won't have enough. Okay, so we're going to get those, and we're going to glue those on to our background paper. Okay, so if your teacher wants to pause so you can get those supplies passed out, that would be great. Okay, here's what we're going to do with the strips. We are going to put them on our background in a varied pattern, so it doesn't have to be, you know, an even pattern to where everything's all spaced out. You can if you want to, but kind of the fun of a lava lamp is doing something a little bit kind of wonky and different. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to use a little bit of kind of directional lines, those horizontal and diagonal lines for our background. So we're going to take one strip of paper and you're going to put some glue on it. I'm going to do a thin stripe across. I recommend using your glue brushes, wiping off that extra, scraping it off on the side of your glue container. So you can do a nice thin strip of glue on there. You don't want to do too much because then it'll ooze out, but you also don't want to do too little because then it won't stick. Okay, and we are just going to stick these onto our piece of paper. Like I said, they can be diagonal, they can be straight. They're not going to match up exactly on the edges, but that is fine, not a worry. Okay, you are going to do this along your paper all the way down, creating a very interesting line pattern on your paper. Okay, if you are gluing these down and you find that you have a lot of space left over at the bottom, or maybe you grab too many strips, that's fine too. They can be closer together. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys can't see this. I need to move my paper. So that's what I've got so far. Okay. Oops. Some of your strips are probably not going to be perfectly cut either, so that's all right too. That will probably help you in having the varied look with those diagonal and horizontal lines as well. All right, I've got 3 or 4 more here. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to glue on my lava lamp here. If you have some glue that squirts out, you can just kind of wipe it off, or grab a paper towel and wipe it off too. That works as well. Notice how I kind of repeated the same diagonal line. I had kind of gone back and forth toward the top, and that's fine too. think I'm gonna stop after this one. Oops, that kind of jumped on me. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I won't use that last strip. Now I'm gonna take my lava lamp, and on my base, I'm gonna put some glue here on the edges and maybe some here in the center. Okay, I'm gonna add some glue up here along the edge of mine. And then the last base you wanna make sure that you put some is up here at the top. And then I always like to do kind of a spot in the middle, so that way it makes sure everything sticks so nicely, okay? For your lava lamp, you need to make sure that you glue it so that the bottom of your lava lamp matches up with the bottom of your piece of black paper. And you're gonna stick it down, rub it on so he sticks well. This is great time if you find that maybe, oh, I need more glue there or something, you can do that. Okay. And I am noticing that I think my example that I had here, I think my watercolor paper was cut smaller. So I have noticed that my lava lamp sticks off the top. Not a problem. If that happens, you can come up here and cut off the top of the lava lamp. Okay, just like so. I have done that many, many a time. Okay, the very last thing you're going to do is you're going to use a white crayon, and we are going to use a spiral line for the cord for our lava lamp. If only lava lamps worked by batteries. I think some probably do, but most have to be plugged in, okay? So I'm gonna take my white crayon and connecting it down here to the base, I am going to use a spiral line to create the cord for my lava lamp as it comes off. And that is the end of our lava lamp project. Okay, so I'm gonna go through so you guys can kind of see nice and slow. There it is. If you're finding that some places are not sticking down with the glue, you can add a little bit more glue, but no worries. Before I hang them up on the hallway, I flatten them back out and then make sure that there's all spots that are stuck down with glue. So no worries if it's not sticking for you, okay? After this, you're going to put this on the drying rack. Double check and make sure that your name is on the back. Mine's upside down, no problem. And then you may free draw for a little bit if you have time. You might check with your sub to see which supplies that you can get out. Good luck, and I can't wait to see your lava lamps when I come back.